2, 1.
I literally started recording as soon as he said 3, 2, 1.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
Well, this is already scuffed from the start. Hey, everybody! Welcome back to Oddity Commodities.
What was the topic for
I
today?
hate all of you for going silent. I hate you so much. You did it to me again. You did it to me again.
We're just gonna constantly just keep going quiet after every
This is
time
not a
Jeremy
funny
speaks,
bit.
just to
This
make
is
him feel
not
like
a
we don't
funny
care.
bit. This is not funny at all.
Yeah, not to you, but to us, it's hilarious.
All right. I hate you so much.
Wait, but are we talking about cryptozoology or something like that today because it's Halloween tomorrow?
Well,
It is
first off,
It's spooky. Okay.
we gotta introduce ourselves. Okay, I'm your host, Zach, and we got our other host, Jeremy,
Hi, that's me.
and then we got our third host, Richard,
Oh yeah, boys, that's me.
and then we've got our fourth host, other Zach.
I don't have a funny line to say, so.
Okay, Jinkies.
Jeez.
Raggy.
All right. Well, today's topic, since it's one day from Halloween while we're recording this, we're gonna tell some scary stories. And if Richard, you want to talk about monsters and shit like that, then yeah, let's go ahead.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, anybody have any other scary stories? If not, then
I
I'll start.
have a scary dream that I had when I was little, and no, it wasn't a scary dream. This shit really happened, and no one believes me. No one will believe that I actually saw this.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, let's start with that.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I don't believe in paranormal crap at all, but I think it's funny to talk about. But but okay, so basically what this happened when I was like probably like in kindergarten or elementary school or whatever.
Mhm.
So like I was a big fan when I was a little kid of Thomas the Tank Engine, right?
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah. And then so it was so weird because like what happened was like I was laying in bed one night when I was like a little kid, and I was on the top bunk of a bunk bed with my brother, and then like what was it, like maybe probably like at 10, because I was a little kid. I didn't stay up too late. I went to my bedtime. I looked up into this, like I woke up probably like half dazed or whatever, and I swear to God, I kid you not, like I saw like this is probably like a hallucination of some sort, but I saw like this like image, this still image that was very, very like real to me of Thomas the Tank Engine like coming off a rail, and like all I could feel was impending doom, as I felt like he was just gonna crash into me at any moment. And I would yell. I yelled. I like closed my eyes and just tucked my little head under my covers, and I yelled to my mother and my father, and I was like, and they came in. They're like, where's the Zach? Where's the Zach? And I was like, there's Thomas. He's on my ceiling. He's trying to kill me. And then they look at the ceiling and they're like, nothing's there. It's okay. And then like to this day, like I don't even know what it was. It was not a dream. I swear to God, I hallucinated some shit real bad, and it freaked me out. And no one believes me. I've brought it up to my mom like weeks ago, and she was like, okay. Yeah. So that's my scary childhood story. Thomas the Tank Engine will just run me over.
Damn.
God, dude. What? I mean, Thomas used to
Man.
freak me out as a kid, but like I never had nightmares. Not that I can
Because
remember.
no, it wasn't even a nightmare. It was a hallucination,
Yeah.
hallucination or some crap like that.
Well, do you think it was like a lucid dream, maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe
I
you
was
were
very-
in that like state in between being awake and being asleep, because I have times like that where I'm starting to go asleep and basically whatever I'm thinking about starts to visualize itself like in a dream, if you get what I mean.
When you're
It might have been that, but I was way too little to like know anything
Yeah.
of that kind of sort. I was probably like
Transition.
I was probably like 7 or 8, maybe like 9 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. God.
So it's like that transition between like being slightly awake and REM sleep, essentially.
Hmm. Yeah.
My mind was powerful when I was a child. I was basically Professor X.
So that's why you're
Mondo
nerds.
Cabezzo. any other stories?
Zach, you got something?
I mean, it's not really like a story, but like I too have like a vivid like imagination. So like literally like in so middle school, I'm pretty sure we all were like with like the FNAF craze, like
That Five
and
Nights at Freddy's guy is scary.
like I shit you not, um, I think it was the first FNAF game, and it's like where like Freddy's like staring at you, and it's just like I'll like if I can find a picture of it later, I would, but it's basically just like Freddy's just like staring at you, and it like creeped the shit out of me. And all I remember one day, I'm just playing my little cello and all that. I just like vividly just like see that like still image of Freddy just staring at me, and like there's just like a shiver going down my spine. That's my
God.
entire story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm, Jeremy, I know you have a couple of like creepy hiking stories, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, like weird ones, like weird, I guess paranormal stuff that happened to me, but like just before getting into that, like that out there, I remember once where I think I told you about this one, Richard, where we were hiking in like a backwoods kind of trail, and
Mm,
as we were going through there, we kept on seeing these signs that were warning us of like bears. Like there's bears in this area. Watch out. Be careful when you're going anywhere. Stay on the trail. Don't go into the
yeah,
brush
I
when
think you told me this one relatively recently too, right?
Yeah. When
Okay.
I went over to your house one day, I think we were talking about like trips and stuff like that, and I told you about this one.
Yeah.
But that trail, as we were going through, like we just barely saw anybody. It was like nobody was really taking that trail, so we were continuing going. My family and I just hiking through it, and we got to this one part where it was like walking along a cliff edge. And as we walked along the cliff, I thought I heard something. And the way the cliff was where we were, there was a ledge even higher than us that I could barely look over if I like jumped over, but like there was just enough brush to kind of block my view a little. And as we're walking, I heard like branches like kind of breaking. So obviously I get freaked out because there's bears. I'm like,
Mm,
something you don't want to hear. So we hurried up and walked around that bend, and as we were going around that bend, it like leveled out to where that area was. And as we like started going up, I barely, pun intended, barely
how
saw
to say that?
a bear
Dumb.
um like dive on the other side where the trail was, where we were walking beforehand, which is terrifying because if we were any slower, it would have went where we were. And it's just like
Mm,
something like that, like coincidental kind of stuff is like freaking me out a little bit because it's weird. Like we just happen to go at a fast enough pace to barely miss it. Pun not
yeah.
intended.
We barely saw it and we barely missed it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any like really scary story I have. I think there was one time when I was up in Oregon
Hmm.
a few years ago with my parents, right? And my dad and I were like really into, the show Supernatural.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
We
yeah,
were
that
we
definitely
were
Yeah.
was.
really into we were really into that show, and my dad had brought up a couple of like cryptids and all that, so it was kind of freaking me out. Nothing really scary happened in particular this time, but like he was talking about this thing called Stagman, right? And it's like it's essentially that episode of Regular Show where they had the deer human hybrid thing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
basically that, but real.
Uh,
And it was freaky as hell. Oh, I completely forgot about this till I just mentioned it now. There was one night where he brought that up, right?
Hmm.
And We had gone out to we had brought my dog with us, and we had gone to let her out to go and pee, right? Go back inside. I think my toe was messed up from like injuring it or something. And we're all sitting in there. We don't have any electricity, well, in terms of like electronics and all that. And we don't have any cell service. Then we hear this weird knocking at the door. It's like, what the hell is that? My dad goes over to it, or my mom does. I forget which one of them did. I think it was my dad. He looks outside, and there are these two black dogs out there.
Oh.
And we were really confused. We're like, what the hell is this? And they were. It turned out that they were really friendly. We didn't know where they came from. They were just like these really pitch black labs.
Hmm.
They had just randomly walked over to our cabin. Then a couple of days later, we found out that they were actually owned by somebody who worked on the ranch that we were staying at, and they, I guess, just wander around at night and just chase the wildlife out there and everything. But it was really freaky that happened.
Well, at the time, yeah, because you don't expect it.
Yeah, because he had freaked me out with the stagman thing, and then he had also brought up and we watched Supernatural at the time. We
Mhm.
heard about the black dogs that you hear or see just before you die or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we just
Mhm.
happened to see black dogs show up at the cabin door. Like, what the fuck? It was so weird.
Coincidental,
Uh,
but like that's still crazy.
hmm, but I don't think I have any really story. I have one hiking story that was I just realized every story that I have that was scary just ended up being like me basically being freaked out in the moment, and then it turns out to be nothing. Like a few months ago, I'd gone on a hiking trip at Black Star Canyon with Matt,
Yeah.
and you were we went out there relatively late, and it was raining. It was more like a mental challenge kind of thing, toughen us up.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And started heading back, got back to the trail just as it got dark, and it was really freaking creepy out there, man. It's pitch black. There's like no civilization for miles, and it's just the two of us. And I have a flashlight, and I have a couple of knives in case, because there are supposedly like Satanists or stuff who go out there, and then there's also wild animals out there.
Yeah.
So we climbed up part of the mountain, like we walked up that side of the trail. Then we go back down, start heading back to the car. It's like a hour and a half walk after that. And as we're down there, it's really windy because, the storm had just ended, and then everything's wet and muddy. And as we're walking down there, we have our lights off so that we don't run out of battery, and so our eyes also adjust to the dark.
Mhm.
And then we're sitting there talking, and out of nowhere, I hear rustling in the leaves ahead of us. I was like, yo, what the hell was that? So I grabbed the flashlight, like I pointed at whatever was making the noise, and then it turned out to be these other two hikers who were out there, and they stopped and talked to them for a minute. Then it told us though that apparently there was a mountain lion out there,
Oh.
and that
Oh
the
no.
park ranger had just come up and told them. And so the rest of that time that Matt and I were walking back, just like on edge, looking around and everything, talking about a couple of scary video games and all that. And then it's pitch black. It's out in the woods. Can't see anything. It's freaking creepy. And then we have the threat of potentially a mountain lion out there. So that happens.
There's a hunter amiss.
There's an imposter among us. Crewmate, watch out! Wow! It just gets attacked.
There's a mountain lion among us.
Oh my god.
Why is it though? Okay, real quick, like a side thing. Why is it that people always decide to tell like the scariest stories when you're alone and the most vulnerable?
Because that's what
Probably
makes
the-
it because
fun.
you're alone and the most vulnerable.
Okay, yeah.
It's probably the same thing as like when you're having a good time with your friends, you're all laughing, then somebody brings up something else that was really funny, but it doesn't have to do with the situation, then you laugh even more.
Kind of like when you're playing like a scary video game and you like make fun of like whatever's hunting you. Like say if it's like Dead Space. Like you're playing Dead Space and you start
Oh,
making fun of
God.
like the necromorphs. Like, look at
And one
you.
just shreds
Like,
you in half.
one shreds me in half. Take me out to dinner first, please.
No,
Oh.
Going off of what you said about like the black hounds and like hellhounds and stuff like that, I actually have a story from my mom about that.
Ooh.
Haven't been able to.
What is this, zombies?
Your mom.
Hey, you're funny. Hilarious comedy gold. No, no. My mom told me this one thing that happened when she was dating my dad. They went back to my grandparents' house. He was dropping her off, and they were just talking in the car for a bit, just sitting outside. And the way my grandparents' house is, they have a long driveway going like up to their house, like a huge yard, and then a driveway going up into it. But the thing is, that was before the driveway was built. My grandpa actually built the driveway, so it was just dirt right there, and then the street right next to it. So they were parked kind of like on the street, but there wasn't a curve yet, so it was kind of on the street but also on the yard, which is kind of weird. So they were just sitting there talking in their car, and they said that they got there at like 2 in the morning or something, and they were talking for like an hour. So it was 3 a.m. You know, the time where freaky shit happens, obviously. And
Witching hour.
yeah.
True.
So she said that it was 3 a.m. and that she was gonna go inside because my grandfather, he was outside when they got there, but they were talking there for so long he went inside. So he went inside, turned off the lights and everything, but he left the door unlocked. So my mom and my dad are just sitting there talking when out of nowhere this huge, and when she said huge, I asked her like how big was it, and she said it was probably like the size.
Gargantuan.
She said it was like the
That's what she said.
oh my god, I hate her so much. I make this joke.
I
And
had
when,
to.
and when she showed how big it was, oh my god.
Oh my god. No, she said it was like the size of a Great Dane. So it's huge, right?
Shut up, Zach.
I hate you so much. Let me finish my story. So this huge Great Dane sized Rottweiler, big black
hell?
dog, jumped on the front of their car, the hood of their car, and started barking at them. And I was like, well, where'd it come from? And she said, I don't know. I never saw it, like, the size that it was, I should have seen it walk around the car because of how low we were to the ground. Because they were in like a, I don't know, like a Jetta or something, a car relatively low to the ground. Where if there's a tall enough dog, like a Great Dane, it's going to walk next to you, you'll see it. And that thing...
It was dark out when this happened, right?
Yes, but they're like the street lights and everything, like it was all lit up.
Were they? I mean, sorry, I just was
You know
gonna
the
ask. Were
information.
they like against a wall or
No, they were
something
just
like that?
No, they were just on the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like what I said, like kind of on the the sidewalk, but there wasn't really like a curb there really yet. So they were just parked on the street pretty much. And that
Got it.
dog, it didn't jump on there, like it just appeared on the hood of the car. And when it got there, like the car shook forward, like where it was, and it's barking at them. And she said that she can remember how it looked. Its eyes were like red, deep crimson kind of. And it was just staring at them, barking, and it kept on going for like, they said like a couple minutes. It was just there, and then disappeared, like nothing. It got off the car, and when it got off, it was gone. So
Just like ran away, or
no, it just
vanished.
They don't know what happened to it because as soon as it got off the car, there was like nothing there that would indicate the dog was there. And this is where it gets even stranger. So they stay in there for like another 30 minutes because obviously you're not gonna go out with that like vicious dog is out there. You're gonna get bit. Well, even if it was a regular dog, that thing's gonna bite you. Everybody's gonna be scared of that. So they waited to make sure that it was gone. And my mom gets out, my dad walks her inside, he walks back to his car, he leaves, and she goes in the house and locks the door. And as she's walking back to her room, she passes by the kitchen, and the kitchen has a door to the backyard. And as she goes to
Mhm.
go lock that door, the dog is right there on the other side of the door, barking at her again. But here's the thing. To get to the backyard, you have to go through either one of two gates that are locked. There's a huge gate leading to the garage that's completely locked, and then there's a smaller gate that goes along the side of the house to the backyard that's also locked. And she doesn't know how that thing got back there, but when it left, it should have been stuck back there because of how the doors were. So it couldn't have gotten in, and it couldn't have left. And when she told my grandfather, he immediately went out there, and it's gone. It's not even there anymore. And the backyard is all dirt, and there's no tracks. So
It's freaking creepy.
it's super creepy because I don't understand. Because like what you said, black dogs usually represent death or
Mhm.
a demon, a hellhound, pretty much. And
So-
I don't get how that happened. It's just like it's something weird that like I always think about when I go to my grandparents' house late. It's like if that thing is still there.
So what I'm hearing is that your your relative didn't hear like a otherworldly being saying "fetch me their souls," and this isn't actually Call of Duty Zombies.
No, not at all.
Dang it!
No, I'm sorry.
Will you not live in a simulation?
The Matrix is fake.
Would hope is not really like reality ends up being freaking Black Ops Zombies,
That's all it is. Everything is Black Ops
Nuketown and
Zombies.
everything.
Oh god.
Isn't there that glitch in the remastered version where there's like mannequins and they attack you?
Probably.
What?
It's not a glitch. It's actually an Easter egg.
Or that's what I meant. I didn't mean to
Yeah,
say it.
if you knife off, it's either you knife or headshot all of their heads off, and then they can like attack you.
It's like a mini zombie mode. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool Easter egg.
It's freaking that's weird.
Oh, it is creepy because you know how they move, right? You remember like they're like spasmatic, kind of like the World War Z zombies.
Hmm. Oh, they're like really fast and crazy.
Fast and like
Mm.
rigid, spasmatic movements. It's creepy,
Oh,
but it's cool.
they got cerebral palsy or something.
Wow, you went there.
I'm not even
Oh.
joking. I'm being I wasn't even trying to. I wasn't even trying to joke.
Sure you weren't. I'm positive you weren't. My God.
We say that because I saw it in Wolf of Wall Street where he's like, I used to get so high. I've gotten so high that to the point of when I took this, I didn't get slowly high. It all just hit me at once, and I called it the cerebral palsy effect.
Oh my God.
Bro, what the hell? So,
Anybody else got
Ooh,
creepy stuff?
ooh,
So
majority of stuff that I have is kind of weak because majority of scary stuff that happened to me was like when I was a kid because I was a pussy.
Oh my God. Well, it doesn't
But,
matter.
no comment.
You got something?
Yeah,
Sure.
relatable.
But- Related. But so do you guys know who Wallace and Gromit is?
Yes.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I used to love those movies.
Yeah, so there's this one movie I just put in the chat. It's called Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, right?
I remember.
Yes.
Oh, I
This-
know this. I know
This movie used to freak me out, and I didn't even watch it during the night. It was like during the afternoon, like probably
It's
around
the
like
worst.
late afternoon, probably around like 4 or like 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we started watching it, and we liked the oh god, well, I just had a fucking brain fart. And I like the other movies. Claymation still freaks me out. I thought it was weird, but like I like the movies. But this one, dude, I watched this as like a little kid in like elementary or middle school, and it freaked me out. I was not okay with it. And then because like one, they didn't even show the were rabbit until like later on. in the movie, but like just the knowledge of it being there was just like, oh my god, something terrifying is here. And then
Like
when they
big as
finally
hell.
showed it, and here's the image, I was like, oh my god, no,
Jesus
this is
Christ.
awful.
It's so
This is
powerful.
awful.
Ugh. Oh god. Why is that even creepier than I remember?
Hey,
The bow
he
tie.
is fancy because he has the bow
The bow
tie.
tie.
Yeah, because it's Wallace or whatever who's the were rabbit.
Suck.
Yeah. And then, but like, dude, what also freaked me out was just like these rabbits. Because like, let me get another picture of these. Because these things were freaking like, these things
The
are
way they're
demon.
designed.
Look at this demon of a creature. Look at that. Look at that demon of a creature. He's just standing there. He's just like, and I was like, dude. Every time I saw that image, I was like, no, these are freaking demon rabbits. I swear to God, I will die.
I was
It's like,
about to
why are
say,
you so
does Wallace have freaking 6 fingers there, but that's his shoulder?
That's true.
Yeah, and like, so basically, we watched it. We didn't even finish it because like it freaked me out so much. I literally like was like screeching, like not screeching, but like yelling at my dad, like, turn the movie off.
I remember doing that during
Yeah.
when I first saw Joe Dirt, the scene where he gets bitten by the alligator.
Oh my
I would
God.
start screaming so loud. But what other movies scare people as kids?
I was scared of Toy Story, the baby head
Oh.
spider thing.
Okay,
I,
yeah, that
that
thing
was
freaked me
weird.
out.
I think everyone
okay,
had
that's
a slight
valid.
fear of
That's
that.
valid.
Ah, dude, it's Toy Story 3. Was it Toy Story 3? When it had the monkey, that thing scared me.
Oh, that was
Dude,
awful.
that
That
was scared
awful.
my sister. The
That
first time
was
she watched
awful.
that, oh my God, it scared her so bad. And I can tell why, because that thing was terrifying.
It scared me, and I was 12. I was like, bro, what the hell is that? Especially when it's just like staring at the cameras. So, and I think
When
that
you
was at the
finish all your
time, like
tasks in
Zach
Among
just
Us.
said about the.
Security.
It was at the time during Five Nights at Freddy's craze when it just came out, so
Oh,
that
that's
made it even
true.
creepier.
Okay, but really though, like Chuck E. Cheese, imagine staying
Oh
there at
no,
night.
terrifying.
Imagine
Hell
staying
no,
there at night.
hell no.
Dude,
No.
dude,
No, I
if
would.
they go under, we should do something there. We should all
No.
like go into one and stay the night.
Oh, me and a few of my friends went to the abandoned zoos and a
The
couple
LA Zoo,
other
right?
places.
The LA Zoo, right?
Yeah,
I
we
have-
went there.
I have yet
I
to
saw a
go
cave
there.
centipede in there.
What the heck?
Oh.
That's awesome and weird.
Oh.
It was weird. I mean, it's weird, but it's like, whoa, I didn't expect that.
Chuck E.
Because cave
Cheese,
centipede
why?
usually see.
Five Nights
Nights
at
at
Chuck
Chucky's.
E's.
Dude, okay. Hey, okay, think about it though. Who created Five Nights? Scott Cawthon.
Scott Cawthon, yeah.
If he plays his cards right, if they close down and he's able to nab at least like 5 of them, he can make a lot of money making a artificial reality Five Nights at Freddy's.
Ah.
Because that
Oh,
would be
yeah.
pretty cool. Because if you, I've already seen like things done with with Halo, where it was like Halo multiplayer, but they had VR headsets, so it looked like you were like actually playing like a
In a
4v4 game in an actual like arena kind of setting.
Okay.
But
Oh, that sounds sick. Kind of like a Ready Player One or something.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's perfect because you'd already have the whole place. You just need to set it up a little bit to make it more Five Nights at Freddy's canonical.
Hmm.
It would be a smart move to do that.
It would be a smart move.
Yeah.
Would
You
be
know,
pretty sick.
We should all pool our
I-
money
I-
and buy one, and then do that.
Yo,
Well-
you know what movie? Like,
Oh my God, I hated that
Yo,
noise.
you.
that was surprisingly accurate.
It's disturbing how accurate it was. Jesus.
Damn, Zach. But
Zach just has like
Oh,
a
you know what-
baby on the
you-
side. This is a shake. Yes, my son, come here. I need you for my soundboard. He's just shaking him.
Dear God, that'd be terrifying.
Jason, if he has a kid.
I was about to say this. Goodbye.
Let's go borrow the kid. He has
Oh, no, you know what movie? Not the whole movie freaked me out, but just this one scene from That movie, Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
The scene where, and you know what, it probably freaked me out because it was also claymation. But it's the
Oh,
scene
claymation is
where
terrifying.
it's the scene where what's her face? He's getting a hitchhiking ride by this woman called Large Marge or something like that.
Is that like
That's like
Then-
that's a
Dude,
sucky
wait,
name.
he's what?
Come here, large
It-
March.
He's what?
Oh, but there's
What did you say he's doing?
getting a hitchhiking. He's hitchhiking.
Okay, the way you
Okay.
described it, it sounded like an innuendo. He's getting
Yeah,
hitchhiked.
no, I
He's
didn't.
getting hitchhiked by Large Marge.
Yo, chill.
I heard that. I was like, "Excuse me, hold up a second. Pee Wee's getting what now?"
Let me look up the. Okay,
No, I know what
this
part you're
kind of
talking
bothers me.
about. No, because
kinda
I've seen it. I've watched it. But you can put it in the chat so everybody else can see.
I'm gonna try and.
But I know what scene you're talking about. I've watched that movie before too, and I know.
It's
Yeah.
even worse than I remember.
Yeah,
This,
it does.
Oh, that's
Why
an image.
is this in my eyeballs?
that scene
No.
scared me so badly as a kid. I
Those
remember just like
pupils.
it's freaking
pupils.
creepy, dude. Bro, she looked like a Rick and Morty character. Now that I think
Oh my
about it.
God.
True. True.
I don't want to look at that. That's freaking creeping me out.
Yeah, I'd rather look at
The
again.
were rat.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I'd rather the cross-eyed Chuck E. Cheese and look at that claymation terrifying creature.
It scared the hell out of me. Like I just remember the specific day that creeped the hell out of me too, because I was with my dad at my grandmother's house, and then we saw that movie, and then just that I just saw that, and I was like, what the hell? And I wanted to go home, but on the ride home, it's dark, just like it was in that scene.
It's dark and alone.
I
Mhm.
want to go home, but Richard, we're already home.
Not in my eye.
I want to go more home.
Ultimate home.
Really quick. Have you guys seen what's it called? Doctor Who?
Some of it.
No.
Not all of it. Like
Only like
not a lot.
a few select episodes because my mom was watching them.
Okay. What is it? So
Are you gonna talk about those angel things or whatever?
yeah, dude.
Weeping Angel?
Those shits are
Angel
scary.
things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those shits are scary.
Dude, it's
What?
Okay, you know the ghosts from Super Mario? You know Boo?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
You're facing away and it goes after you, you turn around and it stops moving.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Imagine that, but an angel,
But
a gray
like
angel statue.
What the? What the?
Exactly. That
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Imagine that thing going
Yeah.
after you.
They're just
And for the listeners or whatever, we're in a Discord call and we're posting pictures in our general chat.
Oh, I was gonna put the pictures back, like put them on here and post.
nice.
Oh, okay, cool, epic.
Yeah.
Good. Good,
Way to go, team. We've
Well,
done it.
I mean, yeah, that was just for in case. I guess I'm done. Continue.
Now I gotta show you this one scene from anime Black Clover that I was watching. Like this was like 2 weeks ago that I was watching it too.
Richard,
There's this scene? I
pissed
don't
his pants
want.
2
really
weeks
want to
ago.
spoil it. Yeah, this was a long 2 weeks ago. And, I was sitting here on my computer eating cereal, and
eating
there's
cereal.
this scene where like this demon just pops up out of nowhere, and I was looking down at my cereal, eating it. Then I look up and his face is right on the screen. I'm like, oh shit, it scared me.
Drop your cereal. Not your cereal.
My cereal.
Fine, bro. This man's
You
face.
goddamn monster! You scared my cereal away.
I hate that voice.
I was having some good old honey nut Cheerios.
Actually, it was Captain Crunch.
Oh, my Lucky Charms.
Wait, hold on. Pause.
Oh, no.
Pause, rewind, replay,
Delete
delete. Oh my
right
God.
here, but it was like just
Oh.
his face right on the screen. I was like, oh god.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Actually, this is probably a better picture right here. Hold up.
Take your time.
Paste.
Paste.
Dude. There we go.
Mhm.
He looks depressed.
He was not during that scene.
No.
He was
What is
very
that
happy.
loser?
He looks like he just like ate someone or something. He's like, ah, yes, finally I've consumed. I have my fill.
They're so
I mean, kinda. He just like ran.
Oh my god, I forgot about that scene from Rick and Morty. That was horrendous.
The
I was
rabbit,
not
Lucky Charms.
I don't
No.
still know how they got him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't even know. Oh wait, wait.
I'm waiting.
Oh wait, hold on.
I'm waiting.
No, not what I want to do. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here's a GIF.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I remember the scene, Zach. There's no need.
It's not
No,
even.
that didn't work.
It's like oh my god. But you can see it somehow. Like I could just see her going back and forth cutting.
Froze in between two frames.
You can see the terror of his face, just a slight frame change between his face, and how terrified this man is. He's like, ah!
She looks so soulless too. Like, "Ah, this must be done. I'm not
Gotta
even
get me Lucky
sorry."
Charms.
Ooh, okay, you
Can
know who would
imagine
actually be
bloody.
like, you know who would be like a scary ass like person to like meet in real life?
Jason,
Well, yeah,
Freddy.
but like, do you guys watch The Boys? The show The
Oh
Boys at all?
no, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
terrifying to like see this guy.
Homelander.
Yeah, Homelander.
Oh,
He's
I've seen a
fucking-
couple of scenes in that show, and it's freaking, like, especially Homelander's freaking scary, dude. Like,
He
What's he
literally
do?
will kill anyone. He's like Superman, but he'll just kill you if you piss him off,
just
What?
vaporizes
or
people.
just
and it's freaking-
because he'll just do it just because.
Huh?
Ooh, you know what? You know what horror movie was good?
That
Was
is-
what the hell is it called? White? No. It's the one that's basically supposed to be evil Superman. I forget what the.
Oh,
It's a kid.
The Bloodborne or something like. No, not that. It's
Brightburn.
Brightburn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That movie. My parents didn't find it scary, but like movies where you basically can't fight against the monster or whatever are the movies that actually scare me.
That's sus.
Yeah.
Zach's gonna go real
Well,
quick.
Okay,
yeah.
it's kind of sus, bro.
Mad sus. Well,
But yeah, I remember I remember watching. I didn't watch the movie, but I watched clips of just the kid being like a complete asshole. But like his parents weren't any better. Like his mom was like, "You're special," and then the dad was like, "This kid is a freak. Let's kill him."
that's
In
like 0 to
Brightburn.
100.
Yeah, no,
Oh my god.
no, that was, bro. I think probably the creepiest scene in that was the scene that was in the trailer where he's kills the waitress, right?
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
Waitress, and he freaking it's kind of a spoil. Actually, no, it's not even a spoiler. Basically, he
yeah.
kills her at the beginning of the movie, and then I think a few scenes before that, his parents find like a stash of basically pornography under his bed, and then they find a bunch of other weird pictures of like animals being eviscerated and everything, and organs and stuff.
Oh.
It was weird as hell, right?
Mhm.
And then
Perv.
he starts spying on her daughter, and then that's why he attacks her, because like she gets upset, he get in a fight, and then he and the daughter end up getting in a fight. She's trying to get him in trouble, and then he's like, nah, screw you, so he goes and kills her. So towards the very end of that movie, right, um the main character, the mom, she goes down into the basement where the ship is.
Oh yeah, I
And-
remember watching this.
Yeah, and she freaking sees like a body next to there, right?
Mhm.
It's completely opened up, and it's all eviscerated, and there are organs and blood laying everywhere, and it's like
God.
it's staked up like a crucifixion. I was like, what the hell? And then I realized that was the waitress. It was so
Ooh.
But that movie bothered me honestly. I thought it was good personally, but my parents didn't find it scary.
I watched like a review of that movie, or like
Or to beat it.
like an overall
Beat it.
like an overview, like someone, like I watched a video of like an overview of the movie where someone just explained it basically. Because I didn't want to watch it. I was just like, oh, I just wanted the story. And apparently at the very end of the movie, I think there's like the news people are talking or whatever about like the plane mysteriously crashing or whatever,
Yeah.
that he shoots down. And I think in the news they talk about like some mysterious like like
Want me
thing
to tell you what happens?
thing in the sea that's like destroying like submarines and ships or whatever. And then there's like basically like uh uh setting up like, because Brightburn is supposed to be like, he's a kid Superman that got messed up or whatever,
Yeah.
wasn't
Mhm.
normal.
Basically a psychopath Superman.
Yeah,
Well,
but like
Superman goes psycho at one point. I remember that. It's kind of like
yeah,
what
but
happened
like
with Hercules.
yeah, but like basically like the whole like ending of that movie or something with like the news clips was basically saying like, oh, there are other beings out there similar to like, Justice League, like Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, stuff like that,
I don't
that are
remember
that are
that.
evil. I think, or something like that. I
It's
think
like
they
a
talked
bizarre
about
world.
they
I know
talked
the
about
scene you're talking about because is basically what had happened was he drops her and he drops
yeah
his mom like a really high distance,
yeah
and then he's just floating in the sky right there, right?
and
And
watches
then
the plane.
plane comes by, and then it just basically rams into him and crashes. And then after that, it's the guy who plays Merle from The Walking Dead, who is just like doing a podcast or a radio show or something like
He's
that.
ass.
And then he was talking about, and then it was the scene that you were talking about with the news.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
News
don't know
clip.
to extent because this is a while ago, but that's just what I remember, is that they were talking about
Like
stuff like
like
that.
an evil Aquaman.
Yeah, basic something like that.
Was that part, but I thought that was him. I didn't even
I
think
would
about that.
assume
It
that
could
too,
have been
yeah.
somebody else.
But if
Huh?
it's supposed to be anti-Superman, then I would suspect. Then yeah, like every other Justice League member is going rogue essentially, or their equivalent is going rogue.
Hmm. Well, they're you call it not anti
Counterpart.
mega
Bizarro, to use the DC term.
Not even, yeah, I guess something like that.
something. I don't know. So anything else we should talk about or?
I got
Go for it, Jeremy.
okay. I got I got a ghost story. You guys want to hear?
Ooh.
From my trip to Alaska, actually.
Ooh, yes.
I don't like scary ghosts.
Well, I mean, our mascot is a ghost, so you better get used to it. This actually started like right when we left. Like we didn't even leave yet. We were packing up to go, and it already started, and it was the same entity, I guess if you want to call it, the whole time, which was weird. So at the beginning of like the trip, when we were starting to like pack up the bags and put everything inside the
Damn it, Zach.
Why?
I hate that so much.
I never want to look at that image.
It reminds me of Froppy from My Hero, but like.
Oh yeah.
Wait, let me check.
But anyway, Jeremy, you were
Oh
saying.
my god, why? Fever.
What I was
The
saying,
one
bro, like,
image I will never look at.
What was I saying before I was interrupted by Froppy?
about leaving and then something was following you.
Okay, no. So we were packing up our bags and everything, getting everything set up inside the van that we were gonna take up to when we were driving up to Alaska, and as I was helping pack up, we forgot a bag inside. So I needed to go up to get my backpack anyways. So my parents told me like, go get the bag and your backpack, and then meet us back down here. We'll start the car and everything. So I came back up the stairs and I walked into our apartment. And as I was walking, the bag was in my parents' room. So I walk into their room, and as I opened the door, I opened it and I looked through the crack, of when the door was opening, and I saw a lady standing there, and all I heard was as I was opening the door, she just started to whisper. She went, "You," and then I just immediately shut the door before she said anything else.
She's gonna break. She was obviously gonna break out into something. You'd be like, "Eh,
He's like,
you."
I was about to
Literally,
say-
I was gonna be
I was
like
about to
that.
make that joke. He was like,
You
I just slammed the door in her face. Nope, not today. No, dude, but that scared me so bad because I always had a fear that something like that would happen to me, and I was like, it's irrational. That's never gonna happen. Why would that happen? It's weird.
why would
There's no
Soldier
such
Boy
thing as
try to
crazy
stalk
lady.
Why
you?
would Soldier Boy be behind my door like that? I don't understand. Why would I have to be
Yeah, man,
scared?
Soldier Boy, you're always spooking in my house.
Oh my god. So it scared me real bad, and I immediately shut the door and run outside of my house. I leave everything. I don't even get the bags. I just run out, and as I'm doing that, my dad was walking back in, and he sees me run out the house, and he goes, "What happened?" I'm like, "There's somebody in the house." Because like, how else am I gonna explain it? Like, "Oh no, I ghost in there." Oh, yeah. I'm like, "No,
There's a creepy lady outside.
because okay, the door was open, so I thought somebody broke into the house and was just in the room. So I freaked out. I'm like Jesus, somebody actually broke into our house, and I freak out. We both run back inside. Obviously, she's not there because why would she be? And here's the thing: there's only one entrance and exit into our apartment, and she could not have jumped out the windows because she would have fallen and broken something. Obviously.
Not just paranormal.
Yeah,
True.
I mean, there's like no way to explain it. I don't understand how. I'm still like I don't like talking about it right now because I'm alone in my house.
Fuck.
Oh my god, I heard that. What was that?
Oh, that scared me
That
just
actually
now.
scared
I'm like,
me. Oh my
Oh,
god.
the scream.
Yeah, it's like
Hashtag spooky time.
It's my brother. He's just being an idiot.
is he-
True.
he's playing
I'm
Minecraft.
like-
Yeah, he's playing Minecraft, and I don't know what he's doing, but like when he's just with certain people, he gets all like weird and loud.
He's just all
oh, I like his
Yeah.
character.
weird and loud. Just screams. Okay, so that's the first.
That scared me. The
It
second
did.
you said
It scared me too because I said that and all I heard was that scream. Oh my god. Okay.
She's coming back for you.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna reach through this mic and I'm gonna get you, Zach.
I'm gonna bitch slap you.
I'm gonna choke you out with my fingies.
No.
Hey.
Okay. So that's the first part. This is a
there's more.
three-part story, alright?
Oh.
Oh,
Second
there's
one.
3. This is a trilogy.
Yes, it is.
stay tuned for part
Stay
2
tuned
on our
next week.
podcast.
I'll come back and tell you again. Okay, so
We're gonna be known as the podcast where all the guys, every time they like have like an argument, they just go like.
we all just attain the sarcastic SpongeBob voice.
No,
I
our,
was gonna
our
say, no.
brains just become like nothing but just marsh.
We just become
Marsh?
that little
I don't know.
marsh
Marsh?
kid,
Mud.
like,
Did you mean
laughing.
mush?
Something like that.
Marsh.
Potato,
My
potato,
brain's
you
a
know.
swamp. Okay.
brain is
Anyways.
actually a gully.
It's so.
My
Oh,
brain's
very
actually a
good. Cheers,
taiga.
Ellie. Oh.
Get it right?
My brain is a
Cow.
smoothie.
Caldera, bro.
I hate you so much right now.
He's just
Okay.
naming rock formation.
Sedimentary.
God, don't bring up
Ignoramus.
I hated Earth science.
Don't
I
call
hated
it
that class too. I mean, I like Miss Win, but like I hated that.
Oh my god.
All right, but part 2 of your story.
Yes,
of your
part 2.
story.
Okay, so we completely. I put that aside because I was like, I'm not dealing with a ghost right now. I'm about to go on vacation. I'm gonna go to one of the coolest states out there. So
I'm going to have some fun.
I'm gonna have some fun. I don't care about you. Stay at my house and stay away from spook me. I don't care. I'm gonna be in
Just
Alaska,
don't,
fool.
just don't look underneath my bed. There's private things there. And don't look at my YouTube search history.
YouTube search history. Excuse me.
Yo, yo.
Bing search history. You don't want to look through.
Why would I? It's Bing.
I
Yeah.
forbid you to look at my Internet Explorer search history.
I forbid you to look at my
My
Safari.
Firefox search
My
history.
Safari searches. My Yahoo search history.
My
not-
Yelp, my Yelp.
Yelp.
Bro, just go on to my Ask Jeeves.
Who am I reviewing? Okay, so
Anyway, part 2.
So that happened, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, it's gonna just stay there. It's gonna wait for me. Why am I gonna worry about it? Little did I know that thing attached to me and followed me the whole trip. You want to know when it decided to show its face again? In Canada, first hotel we had in there. It was like,
Damn.
Most
Canadian.
cursed country on the face of this earth.
dude, Canada's actually like really nice.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
It's really nice.
I know.
But I didn't think it was gonna be that nice. Okay, anyway, sorry, and if there are any
Wow.
Canadians out there, your country is beautiful. I love your country. Wish it was like
You
mine.
just didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it to be so pretty. Oh my god. No, I like Vancouver a lot, actually. It's really nice there. But anyways, that hotel we were staying at was like in the middle of like the woods. We literally crossed the border and then drove like 20 minutes maybe. Okay. To get there, we got a police escort because we got lost in the woods.
Nice.
And we actually were like, we were driving back and forth, and a police car spotted us, and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, well, we're lost. We don't know where our hotel is. Like, we can't find it." And they're like, "Oh," and they're like, "Well, what is it called?" And told them the name. They're like, "Oh, I'll show you there." So they drove us like middle of the woods kind of area, and there's this like 4 or 5 story lodge kind of place, and it looks really cool, I'll admit. But as soon as we got in, put our stuff, because we were kind of just staying there for the night, just to get some sleep and then keep driving since we needed to make it all the way to Alaska. We were barely in British Columbia, and we got there, put our stuff, didn't really take our bags out, just our backpacks. So put our backpacks down and went to bed, just knocked out. And the way the whole room was set up, it was 2 bedrooms, one like family space that was in the middle, and there was a kitchen attached to it, to the like the family space. So it was like the family room, and then on either side, the left and the right side, there were doors that led into the bedrooms. So when we went to bed, my dad and I were sleeping in the same room, and we left the door open to look into the living room. And I mean, it was fine. I fell asleep because I was tired. And we had to wake up early to start driving. We're literally going to sleep for like 5 hours. So we went to bed, and I woke up at like 4 in the morning. Just randomly. I just randomly woke up, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. I might as well go back to sleep. Because we're going to get up and leave at 5. So I had like another hour of sleep I wanted to get in. So I thought to do that, and I just thought randomly, I felt that I needed to look through the door from across the room. So I looked through the door, and I could see where my mom and my sister are sleeping in the other room. I could see that they had the TV on, and underneath the door was lit up from the TV. So it was like periodically flashing on and off whatever was happening. And I saw 2 feet standing, like the shadows of like somebody standing in front of the door blocking that area. And I'm staring, I'm just like what the hell? Like, that's weird. But my brain is thinking, you're tired. It's probably the chair. You probably left the chair right there in the way, and it's just sitting there. It's just blocking the doorway in a weird position, and you're not able to see it properly. And I just had this like sinking feeling in my gut that I was like, that wasn't it. So I wake up my dad, and I wake him up. He gets up, looks at me. He's like, "What is it?" And I tell him, I said, "Look through the door. Like, what do you see?" And he looks through, and he looks at it, and then like he's looking. He's like, "I don't see anything." And I'm like, "Look closer." And he goes, and he's looking, and he goes, "Oh shit!" And he's like, stay in the bed. Stay right there. So he slowly grabs his phone, and as he points his phone to turn on the flash to see what it is, that thing bolts. It runs, hits our table, runs into our table, so like plates move and stuff like that we left on there, and runs into the kitchen. So him and I jump up, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, somebody broke into the room. So we go running over there, freaked the hell out. Like I grabbed my backpack just like in case like I could hit them with it, like something to defend myself with. And we run out, turn on all the lights because the switch is right by our door. Sorry if you can hear the fireworks in the background, but we turn on the lights. Nobody. There's fucking nobody there. And we're like, what the hell? And we check. Sure enough, plates are moved. Stuff is on the floor. Like somebody ran and knocked stuff over. And I was freaked the hell out because I knew I saw somebody standing there and I just didn't want to believe it. And after that happened, it was just like,
Well, and your dad saw it too.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
both him and I have told this story to like every single family member. Like nobody, like it's weird, and it's weird because I'm like pretty sure that was what was at home. It just followed me, and it's fucking creepy because it was watching me while I was sleeping. So that's
Dude.
yeah, that's in Canada. So immediately after that, we wake up my mom. We're like, we gotta like let's just go. Why are we gonna stay here any longer? Let's just leave. Just
Smart.
just get out of here. We don't really need to stay here. We're only staying here for the night. So Jesus Christ, man. So we pack all our stuff up, whatever was out, and as we're leaving, like we're brushing our teeth, getting ready to leave. So I'm standing in the kitchen. I'm ready to leave, and I'm hearing something like rattling. And I'm like what the hell is it now? So I go to check and I open the fridge because it sounds like something is like rustling in the fridge. And I open the fridge, it's empty. So I'm like, that's weird. But it's the way it's built, it's like the shelves are like metal gates, kind of. So like you can run your fingers along them, like you know like when you run your fingers along like a metal fence, like it'll make a weird like ringing noise.
Hmm.
It sounded like somebody was like running their fingers through that and like shaking it. So I'm like,
I mean, I would just say it might be the internal
Yeah.
cooler or fan or something just kind of
rustling
messed up.
it around. Yeah, that's what I thought too. And I was like, that's weird. And I was like, but it's got to be like the I don't know, like the fan or something's turning on inside the actual refrigerator. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of strange after what happened, but it can be easily explained. And I close the fridge, it keeps making that noise, and then I ignore it. Well, immediately after in the pantry, I start hearing like knocking. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, I check in the pantry, nothing's. I thought something like fell over, like a glass or something. Everything's completely fine. But as the pantry's open, I hear that knocking again, and I freak out. I'm like, oh fuck! Like, I back away from it, and my mom walks out and she's like, what is it? And as she says that, the trash can right next to her fucking makes a noise and tips over and falls. So that big, like pretty decently sized trash can right next to her just fell over. But at first, since it's metal, made the same noise that it made in the fridge. Made a little ringing noise and then fell over right next to her and freaked her out. So we leave there thinking nothing's gonna happen. We spend like another night of at another hotel, and then we keep driving like nothing's happened. It's completely fine until we start driving through the Yukon, where there's literally nothing for miles. It's one of the regions in Canada that if you're driving through, you want to make sure you try to get through in a day. You want to make sure you try to drive through there in a day.
Yeah.
Just
You don't end up stranded out there.
Yeah, we actually got stuck. We actually had to sleep in our car at one point because we were way too far away from a hotel or anything like that, like even a cabins or something. And we were driving, like we drove for like 2 days like straight or something. I didn't sleep for like 48 hours, and we got to a point where we were almost out of it, just because we had to make so many stops in the Yukon. It sucked because there was like some fires that were happening, so we made a bunch of detours and got delayed a lot. But as we're driving through, we're towards the end, but we need to sleep. We're tired, and we see on the map that there's like a cabin, like a couple cabins nearby that people like rent out. So we go drive there, pay for one of the cabins. It's at a point where it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and the sun is still out. which is
Mhm.
like like how it gets in that region where
It's during the summer, right?
yeah, definitely yeah, it was during the summer. So it was
Yeah.
still like late and the sun was like barely setting. It was
Yeah,
kind of like
because the further up north you get, the longer the sun takes to go down in the summer, and then vice versa in the winter.
and we were starting to get closer and closer to Alaska, so it was starting to get more apparent like that. Like in Alaska, it was crazy. It started to do that more often, but that was like the first time we experienced it. So we get there, and the cabin was actually really cool. I want to probably go back there sometime. Obviously, not when I'm getting followed by a poltergeist, but
Hello, my
um,
nicest friend.
yeah, I want to go there and be safe, be with the bears when I'm not threatened by them.
I take my chance with the bears instead of a ghost, honestly.
You can
I
fight a
think we
bear. You
all
can't
would,
fight a
yeah.
ghost. I'd
Exactly.
rather fight something that I can touch and feel than something that I can't.
To
Something
throw
that
salt at them or something for ghosts.
get
I don't know if you
iron,
had that.
pure iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was salt. And
It's
whatever.
salt
Anyway.
and iron. Both work for ghosts. Like that's some supernatural kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I learned it from.
Same here. So we get there and we're getting everything set up. We actually unpacked everything to stay there because we got there pretty early and we weren't gonna leave until like later on. We weren't supposed to leave until later on, but then this happened where as we're unpacking, my parents actually saw what I saw in the room. They saw that spirit or whatever that almost started spouting Soldier Boy to me in the room. They actually saw it, and it was a lady with red hair, in a white dress, and she like manifested by because we were by a lake, and she wasn't there at all. Like there was nobody. Everybody was asleep. We were the last ones who actually checked in, and I think there was like two other groups there, and they were in like further cabins. So we had like two cabins next to us that were completely empty. So there was nobody near us. It was just us, and we're parking there. Started getting everything out, and my mom first saw her, and I think my dad did too. But they didn't tell me obviously because they're not gonna freak me out. They only told me until after the fact that thing was there with us already, and they said that they saw her just sitting by the lake. And I was like, well, are you sure?
She was just sitting there, menacingly.
Yeah, SpongeBob. But I wanted to make sure. It's like maybe they're just like they just saw like a random person just sitting by the lake, like just I don't know, crunked out of their mind or something, just there. And I was like, are you sure? And they're like, look, we got there, drove in, and the way that we were parked, facing the lake, she was sitting like right in front of us. We would have seen her. We would have seen her sitting there, obviously. There's no way she could have just walked out of nowhere, and there's no way that it was one of the people at the cabins because there wasn't anybody in the cabins next to us. So I still want to believe that it wasn't what I saw, but I just at this point I'm just dumbfounded that thing followed us 3 times, and after that it was gone.
At least two
Well, yeah,
that you
two.
know
It
of.
followed me from home, and then I saw it 2 other occasions after that.
Well, no, I meant two as in like you don't, because you were saying you don't remember what the second, or not remember, you couldn't tell exactly what the second one was, right?
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, it was way too dark, but I knew something was standing there. Like like when you could see like it's like black, but then there's something darker than black, like in front of.
Like the silhouette of something.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying though, right? Like it's even though it's pitch black, you can make out a silhouette there. That's kind of like what I saw, and the way it ran out as soon as like my dad was gonna shine the light on it, like it was weird. It was really weird.
Yeah.
But yep, that's the story. I got followed by something, and then after that, nothing. The whole trip was fine. Even the way back through the Yukon and in Canada, where we saw it, nothing. it just left us alone after that. I don't know what.
You
Got
won.
bored of y'all.
It
It's
just
like,
sat by the lake. It's
this
like
family is no fun.
just sitting by the lake, pondering: should I continue to haunt them or should I not? Looks
This is
back,
really
sees
worth
this-
my time.
Is it really worth my time, or can I just spend my time here? What if we just like brought like a high level like creepy like unnatural being to that sweet campsite that had nothing wrong with it, and then now it's just sitting there menacingly just wreaking havoc on everyone who comes there.
AB, just never go back to the Yukon, I guess.
Just never go back to that campsite. But yeah, that was really weird. I still can't explain it, especially that second one. That was creepy as shit.
E.
Yeah. What about fears? You guys got fears?
Yeah.
I had a huge. I have a big fear of not necessarily heights, but just falling to my death. Like, because there's nothing you can do to stop it. Like, you're watching it as it happens, and it's just awful.
What?
Falling to your death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like from a high point, like from like a building, like getting pushed off from like a high point or something like that.
Oh, you would have hated the hike down the mountain that Matt and I did when we were on
yeah.
Catalina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me about
No,
that.
it's like if I fell down like a mountain, I'd be like okay because like oh, there's a chance. But like falling like off like a
You mean like straight down?
yeah, like straight down from like a
Sheer
plane
cliff.
or from like a cliff or something like that, where like I can't grab onto anything. I'm midair falling down. It's just awful.
Okay, that makes sense because that's like me. I have a fear of spiders, but
Oh yeah, same.
Oh my god.
it's only activated during certain things. Like if I see, I remember Justin tried showing me. He was like, "Hey Richard," and then just showed me a picture of a spider. Like pictures don't scare me, unless they're really huge and they're really up close or something like that. That kind of bothers me. But
Yeah.
pictures don't bother me. Animated ones don't bother me. Tarantulas, kinda. It's mainly like the really skinny spider, the ones that have like
Daddy long legs
relatively
kind of.
thick bodies and they got skinny long legs. Those ones really bother me typically. I remember on another hiking trip about a year ago. This was also in Black Star Canyon. I was walking back with a group of people and we saw a tarantula in the road, just on the path, and we didn't have the lights on or anything. I was the only one who saw it too, and I was like, "Yo, what the heck is that thing?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, is that a tarantula?" And we shined our lights on it, and it was this huge. I think it was a male too, because males tend to have their abdomens, right, Jeremy?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was.
Wait, do you remember I had a spider, right?
He still did.
No, he passed away recently.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It was like a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was just
Uh,
a spider.
Well, he's a big
But wait, what
No
were you
need
gonna
to
say?
cry.
Are you guys like afraid of like needles? Like if you have
Yes.
to like go and like get like a
Yes.
shot,
Oh
like
well.
It depends.
Oh, did
Yeah.
I not tell you about last time I went to the dentist?
No, you did
oh
not.
yeah,
Injected your
no,
gums,
I
huh?
was. I mean, you told me this morning about like
you
you
did.
don't want.
I think I had like I don't know, was it a cavity or something? It might have been a cavity, I don't remember. But they had to numb my mouth, and so they were like, "Okay, we're gonna put some like anesthesia or whatever in you
I
with this
hate
needle."
that.
And they pull out this big long needle, and I'm like, "Oh
Yes.
my god!"
They stick
Was
it
that a
right
sword?
into your
Yeah,
gums too.
so
Those are
I open my mouth and
Lance.
they like rub the part in my mouth or whatever where they're gonna inject the stuff with, and they they
Stuff.
pre-numb it so you don't feel the needle going, you just feel like the pressure of it.
I
Or-
felt it.
I felt it. It didn't hurt, but I like just the fact that I could feel it was like nope. And so I
Freaking you
felt
out,
it.
huh?
It's like
And then they were like, "Okay, we're gonna leave you here for like 5 minutes to let the anesthesia, like the numbing agent, take run its course. And then I was like, okay, and like I was still freaking out because of the needle, because I hate needles and they terrify me. And like I started to feel queasy after that, and then like I like you got to the point where I felt like I had to throw up, so I grabbed like a bucket, like not a bucket, the trash can, and I just hurled inside of the trash can, and like the dentist came back over and he's like, are you all right? I was like, oh yeah, I just hate needles and I get anxiety kind of when I guess I just had like a bit of anxiety, and they're like, we can wait like another 5 minutes before we start, and I was like, I'm okay. It was just a little shock or whatever, and then like and then I felt so bad because like throughout the rest of like the procedure, it was like 5-10 minutes. They were just like they kept asking me constantly like, "Are you okay? Do you feel like you're gonna throw up?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I hate this, but I'm fine."
No, you're like "Bleh, bleh, bleh," because you can't freaking use your lips when it's numbed. I
Zach
remember
just
that.
like pries his lips open. No, I'm completely fine.
I feel completely fine. It's just so weird.
Remember,
Trust me,
no.
I don't even know anything about needles.
Me, needles are like it's a weird thing for me because if I get them in the shoulder, it doesn't bother me, right? But like if it's on, you know how they draw blood? If it's like that, that
Yeah.
kind of bothers me. I had one stuck. I have like a
Did they do it with a
skin tag
pencil?
on my neck. I remember going to, huh?
Draw blood. Did they do it with a pencil or pen?
Oh my God, no.
Shut the hell up. But like,
This is
I,
awful.
I've only had my blood drawn once, and that was after my motorcycle accident.
Bad artist.
And I forget why they drew my blood. I forget the reason why, but basically, the
They
woman who
wanted to make sure that was your motorcycle.
True.
tested the motorcycle engine with my blood to match. But I remember the woman who was drawing my blood, right? Yeah, there was somebody drawing my blood, and then there
Well,
was
yeah,
this woman
somebody has to.
question.
No, it was just
But I mean,
floating.
because I'm trying to remember if it was two separate people or the same person.
It was a robot.
And but it was I just like they kept asking me questions. I told them, yeah, just give me a second because I have to basically sit there and look at it, make sure that I don't
Oh,
freak out, and
no,
I have to
no.
like have my arm basically in the same area.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
Yeah.
no, I feel that.
But
I do the
because
same thing though.
because the same thing happened when I got my I have a skin tag that like forms on my neck
Mhm.
sometimes, and the only time I've ever gotten it removed was at the dermatologist, and they had to stick the needle like it was a tiny, tiny needle, but they had to do it like right in the side of my neck,
Oh,
and that one that
Ugh.
really bothers me. So I
Yeah, 'cause
told
your
they she
jugular.
kept asking me. She said, "Hey, can you not have your hand there in case you smack it out of the way?" I'm like, "No, I have to have my hand there because if I don't, I'm gonna freak out and smack it out of the way." know?
Like, no,
That-
this is the precaution to not hit the needle. It's like
Exactly,
True.
because stuff like that freaks me out, dude. Like
hits
I
the
don't
needle.
because I think I'm gonna die basically, but not with the shoulder because they're like crucial blood vessels in certain parts of your bodies.
Yeah.
Arteries.
Specific parts of your arms, your legs, your neck.
Mm,
Yeah.
basically your what is it? Carotid
Appendages.
artery or femoral artery and
My jugular.
that.
Dude, like going back on the topic of like getting like blood like drawn.
Mhm.
Like I had like done like like I think 2 freaking like blood drives, right? Obviously like giving blood to people, blah blah blah, that whole thing. Dude, I remember one. I don't remember what it was called, but they had to take out like more than like regular. It was like a double something or other. First off, it I didn't like sign up for it, but like in that moment, I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll give more blood." Dude, you get fucking cold. Like
Oh,
it's like
Yeah,
like that
Yeah.
shit is
blood
like
has to your blood
ridiculous.
keeps you warm basically.
And like obviously like I knew that, but I just wasn't expecting to just like shiver, and like I couldn't like warm myself, do like the whole like staying still, squeezing like the thing that they give me. It was
Dude.
It was terrible.
Well, yeah, because it takes you a while to make that blood again, to get it back. Like,
And they take out a good portion of it too.
That's why you
Yeah.
have to eat a lot afterwards.
Oh yeah, no, I did that.
Yeah, it helps a lot to rebuild that blood that's been taken out because of those.
Any other?
Go ahead.
What?
Sorry, I was gonna say I was gonna say, are there any other phobias that anybody else has?
Hemophobia for me. That's why
that?
like fear of blood.
Oh, okay.
But
I
it's-
never had that. It's just it. I mean, that's probably because like you mean like any blood or just
Well, yeah,
hearing?
I was about to say, no, it's like kind of specific. It's weird. Not necessarily. Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird because like watching movies and stuff like that, I won't like faint or anything. I'll get uncomfortable if I watch like really gory movies. Like literally like today, I was watching American Horror Stories with Sierra, and the amount of gore in that show always makes me uncomfortable, but I don't faint. Like it just makes my stomach turn and like seeing the blood because I know it's fake. I know like watching it, I know it's fake, so my mind's not like, oh, like get freaked out like all of a sudden. It's like no,
Like video games or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get a little uncomfortable and like maybe my stomach will like turn a bit if it's like excessive, but for like actually seeing people bleed out like in front of me or like seeing my own blood, that will make me faint. I've gotten better, but I remember in middle school, I don't think you've ever met him, Richard, but there's this guy who went to the same high school as us, but I knew him in middle school too, Nathan. We had the same class. I don't even know if he remembers this, but I nearly like fainted while I was like next to him because I got a paper cut in the middle of one of our classes. Like
Is it English?
Oh.
No, it was science. It was like eighth grade like science or something like that. But we were in the middle of a presentation, and I cut my finger on one of my papers, and he was sitting next to me. And I told him, I saw the blood, and I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm about to faint, like, right now. I'm like, I need to leave immediately. Tell Mr. Shade, our professor, I was like, tell him, like, I just had like a quick emergency I needed to fix. I told him I have to go like get something. So I immediately just bolted out the door and ran to the restroom, and started to like pat it down with like tissues and not looking at it. And I sat in there for probably like 10, maybe 15 minutes until I started to actually like get my like feeling back, because my whole body went numb as soon as that happened.
Oh.
And it was terrifying. I felt like I was like dying, because I
Jesus.
felt like I was like bleeding out. But I've gotten better. Like I get like a cut. Like I've shown you my scar, right, Richard, where I nearly cut my finger off completely.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was kind of like my worst nightmare as a kid. But as soon as that happened, I was just like, oh, I cut off like a good chunk of my finger, and it could probably fall off. And I was like,
Time to die.
I felt like that. I literally was like raising my finger above my head so it wasn't bleeding out that much. I was like about to die, pretty much. I was like hands on my knees, like almost throwing up. And I've just like told my mom, I'm like, I'm bleeding a lot right here.
Mom, I
Take
love
me-
you.
Take me to the take me somewhere right now. Get this thing fixed right now, dude. That was like the worst experience ever. But yeah, I'm a total hemophobe. I get
Dude.
uncomfortable with blood.
Just imagine. I just imagine like Jeremy, like when he's like in middle school or like late elementary school, and he gets like a tiny little cut, like nothing really bad, like something that you'd have to probably just wash over water and get like a
Suck on your
band-aid
finger
over.
or something like that.
Yeah, and like he gets it like on his like I don't know, like on a finger and like on his arm or something, just like a little tiny cut, and like he starts panicking. He just looks at the cut. He can feel his heart racing. He can feel it like bumping inside his chest, and he just decides to like, and he's like alone in this scenario. I don't know where he is. He could be at school in the bathroom. I don't care.
I don't care where he is. I don't care what he's doing. He can have a couple of
All that
drinks,
matters
all I
is he's
care.
alone. But he's like he's like in the bathroom and there's like no one there, and he's like freaking out. He's like in the school bathroom. He's freaking out. He's like,
And he suddenly does the loudest re of all time.
no. He's and then like he like eventually he just keeps looking at the wound, like the wound, and he's like panicking. He's like
Tiny
just
paper towel.
terrified, and he
It's
just
like the
watches
beginning of a horror movie.
of like a really
Black and
downgraded
white.
horror movie.
Black and white
And
filter.
then
Intense music.
he sees like a drop of blood just start to like
Or
leave the wound, and start like crawling down his body or whatever, or like his arm or something like that. And then he just lets out a little "Ooh," and he faints.
Just
and then like 5 to 10 minutes later, he like Jeremy's completely unconscious, and then like another student or like a teacher walks in in the bathroom or some shit like that, and then
like
they
where
take-
this is
they take him-
going.
they take him to the like little school infirmary. Like they just have like a little like chair, like a table there,
awesome,
like a
man.
little bed. And
I've
then
been there a few times.
and then he wakes up and like his mom is there. He's like, oh, mom, and then she's like, what's wrong, Jeremy? You fainted. It's like, I was bleeding out, mommy. And then she just looks at the little cut, and she's in her head she's like, my son is a disappointment. And then and then
I hate how accurate the story is. Were you there? Were you watching this all go down? Were you like secretly recording like this is a hidden camera show?
I was.
You're
And
getting
then-
crazy,
but,
like,
like,
that's
about
fake.
12 years in the future.
And
This
then
is
the
fake
outside,
blood.
but of course, like being a good mom, she's like, "Oh, Jeremy, you're okay." And then she kisses the boo boo or whatever, like after the
This is
bandage.
boo-boo.
And then
Oh, man.
and then like in Jeremy's head, he's just like, "I nearly died today."
I am a brave soldier that braved through war.
I
What
had a
changes?
near. Jeremy's anytime that someone's like, "Oh, like, have you ever had a near-death experience?" Jeremy just gets instant flashbacks.
PTSD.
Dude, I
PTSD.
get like a
And
smoky,
like you'll look at,
like smoky gaze. I look off into the distance.
you just,
I used to have a finger.
But now,
I had a cut.
I got a
I
penis.
got-
Downgrade.
I had a ouchie.
I got a boo boo.
And I got a case of the ouchies.
Okay, but dude, this all stemmed from one horrid experience with blood that I had when I was younger, where this kid in my elementary school, we got out early.
wait, did you just say decapitated?
Oh my god, no!
He was running
I
into
had
the
scarred for
playground.
life. You wouldn't even be talking to me. I would still be going through therapy if I saw that happen. No,
This kid in kindergarten, he was running around the playground, and then I turned away for 1 sec, and I turned back, and all of a sudden, he's decapitated.
And just like a
There's a
guillotine
bunch
just
of blood
spawns out
in you.
nowhere.
I looked down at my feet, and the head just rolls down, and it just stares at me, and I go like, "Oh."
He was playing
Oh,
tetherball and he
God.
hit the ball too hard and it knocked his head out.
And then I look at the head, and I turn to my friends. I'm like, "We can play soccer."
Oh wait, whoa.
What kind of
Oh.
Aztec shit are you
What
on
about
right
basketball?
now?
no.
He'd be like, "Hey guys, I found the ball."
Why is he blinking at
damn.
me? Oh, man.
Ew, it's dirty.
What's this red stuff coming out?
Oh, that's just ketchup
God.
from
Why do you
Jeremy's
look
lunch.
like Jimmy.
Wait,
Oh, no,
God,
no.
Jimmy's still running around the playground like a chicken with blood
Yeah,
squirting
chicken
from his
with
neck.
And then he just hits the floor.
It just passes. Wait, so what happened? What happened with the kid?
Okay, so we got out early, and this kid got so excited that he runs out of the school. He's bolting it. He's booking it. I don't even think his parents were there yet, but he's gone. He's out of there. And you know those some of the schools have those like metal board signs, like the announcement kind of thing in front of the school.
Yeah, I know. You mean the
Oh,
things where they have the little like word plaque things that
Yep.
they put up there and then
Yep.
switch them out? Yeah.
Yeah, we had a thick one, huge, big metal one. It was rusty on the edges too. Yeah, this dude
Oh.
ran into it. He ran straight into that thing dead on. He hit a corner and like he did this weird little spin. He was running so fast that when he hit it, he like his head went back and his body like flipped and he hit the floor. And I saw that
Bro,
and I was like, dude, he ragdolled, and I was gonna start laughing. I swear, I was gonna start laughing. And I look, he gets up, dude. He hit himself so hard in his face. He turned up his lip and it was bleeding. He was bleeding through his nose and on his face. So much blood was coming down from his face, dude. He looked like he got murdered. It looked like a murder scene, dude. It looked like the board went and killed him. And he's just looking and he's crying. And I saw him and I just wanted I wanted to throw up. Dude, I wanted to throw up so bad. And I feel really bad about saying this, but I walked past him as fast as I could and went into my mom's car. And
I ignored the man.
Dude, because somebody else ran
Bro,
up
what
to him.
a weird. Jeremy, you just see that?
my
Like,
God.
what a fucking weirdo that just walk by.
Dude, no. Oh my God.
I was not.
I was gonna puke, dude. I was like so sick to my stomach. And
I was
somebody
not.
else-
I was not sick because of the blood. I was sick because I saw his now newly deformed face.
I looked past the blood. The blood is but mortal. His face is immortal. Seared into my brain.
It is horrendous. No human can exist with that ugliness.
Dude, he looked normal afterwards, though. I don't understand how it healed
He
right.
morphed.
I don't
Hey, he
know.
just built different.
There was no scar. There was nothing. He just hit his face, and like his whole face got messed up. And he came back.
Ka-ching, and then hit a flip.
Dude,
He just
oh my
regenerated.
God. I don't get it. It was okay. Dude, I wanted to laugh so hard. My emotions went from hysterical laughter to
To
pure
fear.
horror.
To fear.
Fear.
In like a matter of 3 seconds. It was a trip, dude.
All you
Like,
hear
I
is
saw him
ka-ching,
running.
and then he does a flip, and then you're about to laugh, and he gets up. He's like,
To be fair, I think he would all.
Gets up, he looks like a zombie ate half his face off, and I'm like,
You know,
that
it really
scarred me for
fucked up.
life.
You know what would be really fucked up if you just kept laughing at him.
I'm standing in front of him, just pointing and laughing, and he's crying, bleeding
You
all over
loser!
the place.
Your blood is on the outside now.
Loser, you broke your skin.
Don't you know that your blood is supposed to be inside your body? Yeah.
Just go all Chad mode on him.
oh, my. Oh,
Dude,
man.
that like instantly created that fear of blood. One
Mean.
kid.
I can see why.
One
Yeah.
kid is
Yeah,
slamming
yeah.
and ragdolling like a GTA 5 character getting hit by a car. He
He
ruined my
pressed
life.
square, then circle.
Wasted.
You know, that's what I get for almost laughing at him after that happening. That's like instant
Yeah.
karma. I laughed and walked. I almost laughed and walked away from him, and that's what I get.
And then 10 years later, you get your finger cut off.
10 years later, I get my finger cut off and almost died. It's like, that's what you get. Talk about fast acting karma. Am I not right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets what's coming to them.
Everybody
True.
gangster till the kid goes and ragdolls. Everybody
Oh, but-
gangster.
Everyone's safe till the kid morphs.
Everybody gangster till the announcement board come out of nowhere and clap your cheeks like that.
Oh dear lord.
I mean, well, one fear that I have that I never really understood is I've always been afraid of the dark. I mean, it's gotten better again, it's
yeah.
better, but like, I used to be horrified of the dark. I used for years. I just slept with a light on, like not the main light, but like a lamp just in my room. That's probably why I have such bad sleep cycles now. But
Your
True.
sister really got
I
screwed.
used to be afraid of everything. You know how when you stare off into like nothing for a long time,
And you
then
expect something
it
to
starts
pop
to get all
out.
fuzzy and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I used to do that while I was like trying to go to sleep. I just like look out into the hallway, then I just see like, a black cloud forming and all that. I mean, I kind of figured it was something with my eyes,
yeah.
because you're just sitting there staring off into nothing, and then it was weird as hell, man. Like I used to hate the dark. I still hate the dark when it comes to certain places, like for example, when it's at my grandmother's old house. She doesn't live there anymore. some reason, I don't even know what it was, but and my cousins felt it too. We're like, a couple of us were just scared as hell of the house for no reason. We never wanted to go upstairs. We almost always stayed downstairs. One room that's over to the side, we just never. I never went. I
You
was
good?
like, what was that? No, my dad was laughing. I was like, what the hell is that noise? But there was this one room that has these really huge mirrors in it, and I don't know. I just never liked going in there by myself. I never liked really being in the house by myself. Honestly, like it just scared the hell out of me for some reason. Then at my cousin's house, you know the memes where it says like when you flick the light off and then you have to race the demon up the stairs or something like that.
Yeah, I love that.
Dude.
That was so true for me when I was like a little
dude.
kid.
Oh my
It
god.
was basically like that at my cousin's house because they all slept upstairs. So and I would spend like a week there at a time, usually during the summer. So I would flick off the light and then I'd run upstairs, or my cousin would flick off the light and then she'd run upstairs. It used to scare the hell out of me, dude. I always felt like something was watching me. And then the thing that didn't help either is that we always watched horror movies every time I was over.
Oh my god.
You
You
know.
like you increased the fear on purpose.
For real, like we just did that, and then it was in an area that like I didn't. It wasn't sketchy or anything, but it was just like not
Uneasy.
best area. It was just it had a couple of weird people in that area, but yeah, it was quite the time that I had as a kid. There's some things I don't even understand how I'm not afraid of either. Like I don't have PTSD or anything. I
Yeah.
had some traumatic stuff happen in my childhood.
Damn.
Same here, dude.
Like I
Well-
remember this one time. I always bring this up too, and it happened during 4th of July. And 4th of July is still my favorite holiday because of fireworks. But what happened was when I was 7. Sorry, I need to clear my throat.
Yo,
But
are you good for him?
I ain't got the Rona, I swear. But I was lighting a firework, right? I was 7 out in the street, and I crouched down to
I
light
was
it.
out on the streets, lighting a
I was on the
firework. That's what we
prowl.
hood folks do.
I was,
And-
performing the illegal activities.
And this burned firework that these like group of teenagers were on the other side of the street, right?
Mhm.
This burned firework that they had, they just threw in a random direction,
Oh no.
and it fell on me on like the right side of my body.
Oh, wait,
Because I was
it's
crouched
hot.
down, it got like more surface area, and then it gave me 2nd-degree burns.
Yeah.
like,
shit.
My arm, under my
jeez.
armpit, on my leg, like it was bad, dude. Then my
That's a bomb threat right there.
dad's cousin brought me back inside, and they had to do goddamn basic first aid. But I don't know why I've never been afraid of fireworks after that. But my other cousin, she always was.
That's
I
interesting.
don't know.
Happy Tree Friends is horrific. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Yes, dude. Oh my god.
Yay.
Oh my god. All right. Well, gotta wrap.
Are
it
we
up
go?
here.
I think we're gonna call it, right?
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening to us talk about creepy stuff.
Not really that creepy. It's just kind of pathetic creepy, but it's still funny.
True.
It's a realistic
Exactly.
creep.
Yes, it is definitely. Well, except for my weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, your
stuff,
weird ass
but-
story.
Dude,
All I had was
You didn't even
claymation.
hit like okay. I'm gonna list off some stuff that I got like stories. There was like a demon at my grandparents' house. I've seen shadow people at my grandparents' house.
Okay, now he's just making this up.
No. Oh my god, I hate
Seen
you.
I hate you so much.
Shadow
Um,
Man.
I saw like fairies and like spirits on like in the woods on trips before.
I just saw a tiny person.
Saw the Smurfs one.
Wait, Zach, did you say you saw a tiny person?
I kid you not. I saw Papa Smurf.
Wait, but who said they saw a tiny person?
That's it.
That was me. I was like,
Wait,
no, you just saw
seriously,
me.
were you
Oh,
joking?
I kid you not, my guy. I have just seen a dwurf.
No,
Just because
I
you
saw
look at a mirror
Romeo and
doesn't count,
Juliet.
Zach.
That's some mythical shit right there.
Alright, worst one though. There was a mimic at my place. Like a mimic came to visit my house.
Mimic you? Huh?
I wish.
Mimic. mean like that movie with the weird cockroaches that look like they were in trench coats?
Oh,
and
don't get me started on cockroaches. No,
Oh my god.
get
Alright,
them away from me.
we'll save these stories for another time that we do like a creepy one. We'll probably do another one, but this is like our introduction to our creepy stuff. Halloween
Yeah.
special. So
Oh, I need to like list off the cryptids and stuff that I've heard of too.
yeah, put
Sorry.
that in the idea chat, and then we'll talk about them next time because we broke the mark 5 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah, I thought it was 3. Yeah.
But no, thank you guys for listening to us. Thank you for joining us, and have a good Halloween.
All right, yeah. Thanks,
Peace out.
guys.
Bazinga.
Bazunga.
Chungus.